Indiana still on top of the East by 1 on the loss side over Miami as both teams win tonight. And let's revisit what you think happens down the stretch, because Miami's got 27 games left, 15 of those at home, 12 on the road. Indiana's got 25 games left, 15 of the 25 are on the road, 10 at home, and there are 2 head-to-heads remaining between these two. Who do you like to come out on top of the Eastern Conference?
Well, Ernie, it's one thing to say we want to have home court advantage, but it's another thing to have that be part of your culture. If you know anything about Miami, that's their culture. Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, they teach we want the #1 spot. We want to win every home game. We want to beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. We want this spot. Now, I asked this question earlier, do you think Indiana can keep up the pace? Miami's just sitting and waiting, and if they can get it with like 15, 12 games left, they're going to go for it. If they can't get it then they're probably going to, just sit back and deal with the #2 spot. But it's part of the Heat culture, so they're just sitting back waiting for Indiana to make crucial mistakes.
I wish Indiana would shut up talking about home court advantage. Because, Ernie, I told this story a month ago when we talked about this same thing. When I played for the Suns, and I said, if we get home court, we're going to win the championship. First of all, we lost the first 2 games at home to the Lakers. We lost a game at home to San Antonio the next series. We lost a game at home to Seattle the next series. And we lost all 3 home games to the Bulls.
Well, I don't think Indiana's saying if we get that, we're a shoe-in to go to the NBA Finals.
Well,
you were talking to Paul George the other night, and he said it would be nice to have that because it would help.
Well, clearly we talk about it every week. It's so important to them. You can't have that mentality because they wanted Miami before. Do you want Game 7 at home? Of course you do. I've lost Game 7 at home before. But you can't think about that. I'm more concerned. They played a bad team tonight and still had 20 turnovers. You can't have 20 turnovers against the Miami Heat and beat them in the games. If you go back and look at the 7-game series last year, in every game they had over 20 turnovers or close to 20, they lost. And Larry Bird said it 2 months ago. We've got to clean that up. They should be more concerned for the next 2 months of the season. Says, listen, guys, let's look at these turnovers. I would make them watch tape every day. What's a good turnover? What's a bad turnover? Because that's what it's going to come down to. If you turn the ball, if you're playing in Indiana, they played a bad team tonight and turned the ball over 20 times. If they do that against the Heat, doesn't matter where they play them at.